With less than 5 days to the governorship election in Imo State, the Inspector General of Police has ordered the redeployment of the Commissioner of Police in Imo, Mohammed Bade. The move is connected to the crisis that has engulfed the state in the build-up to the election. Just last week, there was widespread outrage by organized labor, including the Nigeria Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress, accusing Bade of complicity in the recent attack on NLC President George Herero in Owerri. There are also allegations that the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, who is also gunning for a second term, is complicit in the crisis. Now, joining us to look at the issues is political affairs analyst Fidel ONYENEKE. Thank you very much for joining me, Mr. Fidel. Now, what do you think is the bone of contention rocking Imo State?
Yeah, thank you very much. You see, it's a pleasure once again being with you and having this opportunity of speaking to people. As a labor leader, of course, I have been in labor movement for a very long time. I know very well there is a very thin demarcation between labor leadership and politics. So once you are involved in labor, if you don't take time, you might exceed your bounds even without knowing it. Now, what happened in Imo State is really, really unfortunate because there is no justification whatsoever for anybody to brutalize a human being, for anybody to dehumanize a human being, not to talk of even beating up somebody in the position of the president of the Nigeria Labour Congress. But the truth is that at times when you want to do the right thing, you might do the right thing at the wrong time. I am aware very well that in Imo State, NLC has problems. In fact, that has even factionalized the union to the extent that there are those who are followers of our dear brother, Comrade Ajero, who is the national president. There are also those who are in the state and very loyal to a pastor who is in charge of Nigeria Labour Congress in Imo State. And government also does most of its things with those people. So be that as it may, with the existence of faction, you know this is a political period, a very critical period in the life of a political life of Imo State, and not just in Imo, even in Bayelsa and Kogi State. So anybody who is doing anything that has to do with leadership, politicians and so on must be extremely careful. And in any case, it is on record that the Nigeria Labour Congress has already identified with the political party, because whether we like it or not, it is not a hidden fact that NLC at the national level is not just showing sympathy to Labour Party, but has identified fully as an athlete of the Labour Party as a political party. And the obvious thing is that Labour Party is one of the major contenders, major opposition parties in Imo State. Just like we have a PDP, we also have ABGA. So whatever action taken by the leadership of Nigeria Labour Congress at this particular time will be perceived, will be seen, will be conceived, whatever word you want to use, as an action aimed at pulling down the government of distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma, who is under the candidate of the All Progressive Congress. So that is part of the problem. Yes, the NLC might have good intentions, trying to protect the workers and so on, but the timing is very, very wrong. However, that does not in any way justify the beating or the humiliation or whatever word you want to use, maltreatment of the chairman of the Nigeria Labour Congress. But it must be agreed that as long as you are perceived as an opponent, the next political party leadership will treat you as such. And of course, it's not easy to fight an incumbent because he wouldn't want anything that would thwart his efforts to be re-elected.
Political affairs analyst Fidel ONYENEKE, that's how much we can take, I'm afraid. Thank you very much for your thoughts, for lending your thoughts.